Trying to find a husband, the kind of beast that can handle a woman like me.
I'm going to answer it based on your last sentence. Your last sentence was handle a woman like me. Do you think he wants to handle any woman? Like the idea of any degree of problem. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. The point of having a woman as a man, for me at least, is for her to be my peace and quiet. My life is stress. You see me, I'm rolling around with fucking security teams, and I got problems, and they're after me. When I come home to my chick, the last thing I want to do is have to handle anything. I want her to just sit the fuck down and her make me happy. She used to be my positive energy. She used to be my sunshine in the rainstorm. If you're sitting there constantly arguing over small points or correcting him, we're probably thinking this is a battle. I don't have the energy for another fight.
Can you help me out? I'm trying to find a husband, the kind of beast that can handle a woman like me.
I'm going to answer it based on your last sentence. Your last sentence was handle a woman like me. Do you think he wants to handle any woman? Like the idea of any degree of problem. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. The point of having a woman as a man, for me at least, is for her to be my peace and quiet. My life is stress. You see me, I'm rolling around with fucking security teams, and I got problems, and they're after me. When I come home to my chick, the last thing I want to do is have to handle anything. I want her to just sit the fuck down and her make me happy. She used to be my positive energy. She used to be my sunshine in the rainstorm. If you're sitting there constantly arguing over small points or correcting him, we're probably thinking this is a battle. I don't have the energy for another fight.
I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to your sisters out there, learning in silence and staying in order, right? That was, I believe his name was Andrew Tate. You know, I don't really watch that man, you know. I hear different things about him, but, you know, I think that video just caught my eye. Because he was speaking facts. I don't know this man's history or nothing like that. I heard a lot of negative things about him, but that's not what I'm here for. You know, what he said was true. You know, these women nowadays, man, got a lot of liberty, a lot of mouth, right? From the last, you know, I would say probably 200 years, man. They've been given a little bit of liberty, a little bit of liberty, and a little bit of liberty. And, you know, the more liberty you do, man, the scriptures say, you know, not to give a wicked woman a liberty to gad abroad. I think that's Sirach 26. Let me see. Yeah, what the hell is going on with my search bar? I believe that's Sirach 26 or 36. I think it's 26. Oh, it's 25, Salakia. 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Right? So these women were given a lot of freedom. Back in the day, they were stay-at-homes. Right? Then they created, you know, fast forward to today's times, they created a independent woman state of mind, that you don't need a man, separating the man from the husband. I mean, the woman from the husband from the children, and getting the man out of the household. This was systematically put this way, man. So these women think that they was given these liberties because they were some special creature, right? Little do you know that it's actually working against you, man. And you're going to see later on in life, man, when JT comes, the trouble of Jake, you know that you're going to need a stable man. All that independence is going to go right out the window. Well, besides the point, man, these women gotta humble down, man. And these men gotta know their value, man, their worth, man. Stop getting with these wicked women just for a nice piece of ass, man, that everybody could see on social media, whatever it may be. You know, these influencers or whatever. Everybody's attracted to a good-looking physique, man, but they're not looking deep into the spirit, man. A lot of men are lost, man, because of these women. Women become their oppressors, right? This is we'll go to First Ezra 4:26. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, right? Wits meaning your mind, right? You lose your mind for these women. A lot of these men, you know, either, you know, kill themselves or kill, you know, other beings over women. They killing each other. They start gang wars or whatever it may be, just for women, right? For wicked women at that. Like, man, growing up, I had a relative of mine, an elder relative. You know, he said something funny to me, but it stuck with me, and I'll never forget it till this day. It kind of hit me when I got older, and it was said in Spanish. Dice que el pelo de una crica jala más que una grúa. It means that pussy hair got more pulled than a tow truck, right? So, you know, that statement became valid as I saw and grew up, and I saw how men really did lose their wits for women. You know, it's sad, man. We know Kahalo Yahaba Shimi Al Shah for this truth, man, because you know, we could expose these things and help brothers who are in certain situations or not to get in situations. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the concern and the priority is the scriptures and to teach the flock, man. These women become a distraction, right? You don't want to be out of your wits, man. You know, we're too close to the end, right? So it says here, I'll read it again. First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Yeah, and many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, right? So instead of focusing on what you need to focus, you know, and worry about you and your things, the woman's constantly having you do things out of the ordinary just to appease her, man. You know, going apple picking or whatever it may be. I don't know what they be doing. I never went apple picking, but you know, little things like that, man, keep you occupied in the system, basically, so to speak. Like always continuously, you know, you already got work, you already got to be a father, you already got to do all these things, plus you got to do things to entertain her, because in this society they teach that happy wife happy life, man. That ain't the right way, man. And you're gonna appease your woman, you're gonna destruct yourself, man. I just say a lot of men who are married to these type of women die young, right? It shouldn't be that way. It should be the opposite. These women should be a health booster, man. The righteous woman, right? Scriptures say that a wicked woman is given unto a wicked man. So if you got a wicked woman, man, then you wasn't applying knowledge. If you knew the knowledge, and you got yourself a wicked woman because you was thinking carnally because you wanted that bad bitch, and now guess what? You got a bad bitch, right? Verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred, right? Some men even have sinned for these women, because of these women. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. Can you imagine that? You're gonna put a woman, right, before the Lord, and you're gonna do something contrary to the Lord for the woman? You know, Adam and Eve is an example to all of us of what not to do, man. Man, you know, we're living in that time where it's harder, man. It's getting harder. These women are everywhere, man. Lust is at an all-time high. These girls are dressing down. The younger they get, man, it's crazy. There's a lot of distractions out there, man. Stay focused, because these women will take your attention, your life, your money, your wallet, your peace, your sanity, your health, all that shit, man. These women think that they got something over you, man, but they really got to humble down, man, because women are supposed to reverence their husbands. And reverence goes into fear. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Ephesians 5:33. So again, I say each man must love his wife as he loves himself. Right? So we you know, and we should if the woman's following your orders, and you know, and learning from you and respecting you, right? And you show her the love that you would unto yourself, man. These women got to stay in line, man, first and foremost. You know, you're not gonna love a harlot, obviously, right? Common sense. This talking about a woman who's in order, right? So again, I say each man must love his wife as he loves himself, right? Because the Lord ain't gonna love us if we're going off, right, continuously, purposely, ignorantly, right? So we're not going to love these wicked ass women, you know? So a righteous woman is going to receive the love that she deserves. It says, so again, I say each man must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. This is in the New Living Translation. Salaki, let me get it in the King James. Right? It says here, nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. Right? Let's look at that word reverence. You know, because a lot of people think it's just, you know, respect, man. It's much more than that. That word is G5399.
Strong's G 5399. Fabeo.
You know, and that word right there reminds me of the word phobia, which means fear. Phobia. Right? Check this out. It says to put to flight by terrifying, to scare away. These women should be afraid to go off and disrespect you, man. Why? Because you fear the Lord, right? We fear the Lord. The women should fear you because we are in a chain connection, man. It trickles down. We fear the Lord. You fear us because we are the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And goes on down. We will love you just like the Lord will love us, man, so long as we're doing the right thing. It says here, to put to flight, to flee, to fear, to be afraid, to be struck with fear, to be seized with alarm, right? So these women out here, man, they be respecting their bosses, man, but a lot of the times these women be disrespecting their husband, man, either talking back or whatever it may be, right? It says, of those startled by strange sight or occurrences, of those struck with amazement, to fear, to be afraid, of one, to fear, right? Fear. See that? You hear that word over and over and over again, man. That word is phobia, man. Phobia. Hey, Google, get definition of phobia.
Here's the definition of phobia. An extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something.
Right? These women should be afraid to go off, right? If they're in the right state of mind. But no, these women got a mouthpiece. Right? This is 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Right? Because the woman came from the man. You know what I mean? Like, she was put in that position because of the man. Right? It says, for this cause ought the woman, Salakia, verse 9, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Right? Don't get it fucked up. You are not on equal playing fields, man. You're not. You don't have the same, you know, roles. They cannot be two kings in one house, man. That'll be homosexuality. Right? You know, you got a queen, you got a king, and you got, you know, people under him. So that's what it is. These women gotta respect and understand that, man. Let's go to the book of Sirach, back to 25. Verse 13 says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Right? The plague of the heart is the mind, man. It drives the men crazy. Right? Having to deal with everything that you got to deal with outside of, you know, at work. You got to, you know, especially if you're in the truth, man, you got it way worse because now you got to deal with scoffers. You know, there's a lot going on. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, work and deal with the family. You know, balance the scriptures and, you know, doing the video and, you know, doing a lot of things. Plus, you got to deal with a wicked woman, right? You would rather do all those without the woman, man, because she acts a level of stress that nobody else can compare to, man. You know, the wickedness of a woman is nothing, man, to compare. I mean, the wickedness of the world is not compared to the wickedness of a woman, right? It says, give me the plague. Give me any plague, just any plague, right? but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Right? Jump down to verse 16. I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Right? That's how bad these times are, man. That a lot of these men are just, packing up and going or being kicked out. Depending how weak the man is, the man might beg and fold just to get a place to stay, man. It's the time we're living in, man. These women think they got some power, man. Careful who you wife out there, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace, man. This is the way it should be. These women should be, these women should be pillar of rest, man. Not stress, not a pillar of stress, right? Right? It says, a good wife is a good portion which shall be given into the portion of them that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Because through the scriptures, we funnel in who we dealing with, man. The scriptures say to prove a friend, man. How much more not a woman, right? Like, these women should be prolonging your life, man, helping you, man, go along with life, you know what I mean, like in a peaceful way. That's what they were designed for. The word woman just means basically manservant. Right, we're going to jump down to verse 22. It says, a harlot shall be counted as spittle. Because first of all, these bitches, I'm going to call them what it is. These bitches, a lot of them ain't virgins. 99% of them. Right? So they already been married, right? A harlot shall be counted as spittle. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. See, that's that peace. A woman, who acts accordingly, how she should according to the scriptures, who's married, to a man of the Lord and, believes in the same things, then, that's a beautiful thing. Right? Look at Sirach 25 and 1. It says, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men, a unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agreed together. This is beautiful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? But man, even Solomon said, out of many women, he couldn't find one righteous woman. So what does that tell you? It's best to be by yourself, best not to marry, man, as Paul said. Unless if you're burning, you got to get one off, then do that, man. But you're better off by yourself, man. Focus on what's important. Because what you lose in this life, you get it tenfold later. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.